Lisa from My Dreaming Soap. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, just getting ready to make some soap. And this soap is going to be another soap challenge soap. Now for this soap challenge, which is, gosh, where are we now? Years going so fast. June, isn't it? June 2023. We had to make a watermelon soap. Now there's lots of really classic watermelon soaps out there, but for the soap challenge we were actually given a free rein to do what we liked, be as creative as we liked, as long as we made a soap with a watermelon theme. So therefore it could be one of those soaps that you see, you know, in the wedges or whatever, with the red bit and the pips in and the white bit and the green bit and a standard watermelon soap. Or it could be, you know, a different type of swirl inspired by watermelon colours. Whatever we could really think of to come up with. Now for me, because I'm based in the UK, we have some quite stringent rules on what we call food imitation, in that we're not allowed to make cosmetics that look like food. So therefore, I'm going to steer away from the classic soap that looks like a watermelon. I'm not going to try and make mine look as much like a watermelon as I possibly can. I'm going to do something a little bit different. And the idea that I had for my watermelon soap was, hopefully it's going to be quite different. And at this point, I haven't started it, so I've got no clue how well it's going to work. It might be a complete disaster. I'm going to do a slab mould, and I'm going to have the colours representative of a watermelon. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my soaps and I'm going to carve them. Have you seen those when chefs and that carve fruit and they carve watermelons? They make some amazing designs in them. I'm going to try and do that. Now, I've never carved a fruit in my life, so it may be a complete disaster, but hey, I'm going to have a go anyway and see how it works out. So come on, let's go and make some soap. Let's get this first layer mixed up. So this is going to be the red layer. Now I'm not worrying about putting any black seeds in it, because you're not going to see the face of the soap. It's going to be looking down on the top of the soap. So here are my melted oils and my lye solution. That's got sodium lactate in it as well. Going to give that a little blend. And then colour-wise, I'm going to muck around with the colour a little bit. I'm going to start off with some Red Riot from Mica Mama, which isn't a red, it's more of a pinky red. And I'm not putting in enough of that to make it a good strong red, because a watermelon is sort of quite a pinkish colour. But I do want mine to be a fairly dark, strong pink, just because I'm going to be carving through the green layer and the white layer, and I want the red layer to be peeping through. So I do want to have a good strong layer. So what I'm going to do is I'll start off with this Red Riot, and then to add a little bit of brightness to it, I'm going to add some neon pink. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. As I said, there might be a stronger red or a watermelon-y red colour than I do if I were doing a soap where you could see the face of the watermelon. But it's really important that this red peeps through, otherwise it's going to ruin my colours. The fragrance oil I'm using is Watermelon Margarita, and I get this from Scent Soaps and Candles in the UK. This is a nice fragrance for soap actually. At the 3% we use it at, it stays nice and strong in the soap. It does accelerate a little bit, but not badly by any means at all. and it doesn't discolour. And I know a lot of watermelon fragrances do discolour. This one doesn't discolour at all, and it behaves, I would say, pretty well. I mean, it's not super slow by any means, but it's not going to do anything horrible like turn your soap onto soap on a stick or anything. Right, I'm just going to give these colours a little blend. Now, I'm not too worried about keeping this batter super thin because I just want to pour some layers and get it set up. And then I'm just going to add my fragrance. As I said, it does move a little bit, so I'm not going to give it a heavy blend. And certainly if I wanted to do any sort of swirls with this, I wouldn't have blended that in at all. I would have just hand stirred it. But because I just want to layer, and I don't want to be waiting for ages for them to set up, then that will work just fine. Okay, so this is my little slab mould from Custom Craft Tools. I have lined the bottom of it. I wouldn't normally do that, but I do need to, I'm in a bit of a time crunch with this soap. So I do need to be able to unmould it quite quickly. And sometimes I find just the base of this, getting the base off, can be quite tricky. And sometimes I like to leave it for a few days. But I haven't got a few days. I've literally got to do this and then carve it tomorrow. So, and I'm really happy with that colour. Right, just get that evened out. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that to set up a little bit, enough just so I can pour a couple of thin layers on. So a thin white layer and then an even thinner green layer on top. I'm happy that we're all nicely set up now. So I've mixed up a small amount of soap with, again, same thing, oils, lye, sodium lactate. And I've got my fragrance oil. Now, I am going to stir the fragrance oil in this time rather than blend it, because this is going to be quite a thin layer and I don't want it to get too thick. I do want it to lay as flat as I can on the soap. So I'll just make sure it's well stirred in. And then get it poured. Okay, so that's nice and fluid there, so that will give me a nice lovely flat layer. It will take a little bit longer to set up this time. Okay, so I'll just leave that one to set up and then we'll come back and finish that very thin green layer on the top. I'm now just going to go in with the top layer. So again, I've done the same. I've mixed up some soap. I've used Chartreuse Sparkle from Pure Rock Colours for this. Okay, just to get that on. Okay, I want this deliberately to be a thin layer. And then what I've also got is a little bit of, obviously, the same soap, but this has got some Emerald Lagoon mica in it and a touch of activated charcoal. Now, I'm not too worried about getting the perfect rind on this, because most of this is actually going to be scraped off or cut through if my vision of my watermelon carving goes right.
I lose my breath whenever I see you.
And all I'm going to do with this is just sort of widen the lines out, just brush them in a bit.
My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others.
Okay, I think that will do. Now obviously if I was trying to do a watermelon soap that looked like a watermelon, I'd spend a little bit more time get on those lines as good as I could get them. But I'm happy with those because, as I said, most of that, when I do, hopefully do my carving, most of that's probably going to disappear anyway. So now I'm just going to pop that into my heating cupboard and pop that overnight, and then hopefully I'm going to have a go at carving it tomorrow. So here we are the next day, and what I've done is I've taken my watermelon soap, as you can see, and I've just cut it into some fairly chunky bars. Now I'm just going to do one of these on screen. So I want to have the green bit here with sort of a leafy area, and try and carve sort of like a rose type shape on the other bit. So what I want to do is, first of all, is I want to get rid of quite a bit of this green. Now I know this was very wasteful, but I was planning on this when I made this soap in the first place, and because this is such a fresh soap, I mean I made it yesterday and I'm carving it today, I'm easily going to be able to mould this soap and just turn it into little hand soaps for us to use at home. It'll still shape pretty well. I'll just put it through a little press and I'll just use all those soaps, so it's not going to actually go to waste. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of quite a bit of this green.
Set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire.
Okay, so still got some of my white there, and I've got my red. So now to make my flower. I have no skills in this department. I have no clue what I'm doing. Well, I do. I've watched some YouTube videos, as you always do. And so I'll start off with my flower, just make a little round bit to try and make the middle. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to get this on the video.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire.
Okay, now I want to round this bit off in here.
You set my world on fire.
Now I'm sure there's lots of far more polished videos doing this on YouTube than you're going to get from me. This is me just having a go. So,
I don't know what I'd do without you. Me smile, what is it that you do?
Right. So this is going to try and do the bud bit.
Till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna
Making it extra hard trying to do this without getting in the way of the camera, so I'm sorry if I am in the way at all, but I'm trying my best.
Just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world.
Okay, so I think I'm alright with that. And now let's try and make some petals.
Set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire.
happy with that. I'm going to do some refining of the leaves and maybe just try and curl the leaves over a little bit. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little green leaf now. Okay, I think I'm quite happy with that. I want to do a little bit more tidying up, and I don't know yet, I'm probably going to take quite a bit of this white off here just to finish this off, but I'm just going to go and do those because I've got obviously the rest of the load that I need to do, and it's going to take me ages to do them on camera. So I'm just going to leave that one for there, and then we'll come back for the final photos.
And here is the final photo of the soap. I'm actually really pleased with how they turned out. It was a good thing to do and I had fun making the soaps. And I'm also really pleased that I managed to keep the carving element of the soaps so that it didn't actually take up too much of the soap bars. You've still got a nice deep bar of soap there to use. Anyway, I hope you like the soaps and you've enjoyed this video. If you have, it would be great if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see what I'm making in the future, why not subscribe to my channel? Thanks for watching everyone. Happy soaping!